My name's Logan. I'm 17, and you are.
I'm Aaron. I'm 47.
Um, what was it like when you were growing up?
Growing up for me was actually pretty good. I had a really good family life. I had quite a few friends, and so overall, I had a good time growing up. I felt.
Where were you born?
I was born in Duluth, Minnesota, at St. Luke's Hospital in September of 1977.
How many brothers and sisters do you have, and how old are they?
I have just one sister. She is a couple years older than me. I believe she's 49 years old currently.
What was your favorite toy growing up?
Favorite toy? Um, I enjoyed. I have a couple, I guess. I enjoyed playing with Legos, building a lot of kits and whatnot. Matchbox and Hot Wheel cars, and a variety of Tonka trucks. You know, the good ones, the metal ones, not the cheap plastic ones they sell now.
Do you have a favorite Lego set, or
Growing up, I one of them was a fire department essentially. So the fire garage and trucks that go with it.
what kind of things do you like to do when you were young?
When I was young, I spent a lot of time outdoors. Especially summertime, I spent a lot of time at my grandparents who lived on a lake. During during the work weeks, my both my parents worked full time, so I mainly spent my summers up at the lake, which about 30 miles outside of Duluth, and so again spent quite a bit of time just outdoors, playing in the water, playing in the yard.
Um, where did you go to elementary school?
I attended Pike Lake Elementary School, so part of the Proctor school system.
What was your favorite time of the day?
I guess I'd say at least at that age range, like a lot of kids, my probably favorite time of the day was recess, right after lunch, where you got to go outside, play, run off some steam. Um, yeah, I'd say that was probably the favorite.
What did you typically do during recess?
During recess, we played a lot of soccer. I think soccer was primarily what I recall most about that.
What sports did you play in elementary school?
Didn't play a whole lot in elementary school. I tried one summer, I guess, of t-ball, but again, being that I spent majority of my time outside of Duluth at my grandparents, it was really tough to make the practices, the games and such. So it was a short-lived baseball career, we'll say. Um, During the school year, I also participated in basketball and soccer. Did did some soccer as well.
Where did you go to junior high or high school?
I began junior high by attending Duluth Marshall. I only lasted there one quarter. I had it in my mind that I really did not want to be there, and so I complained every day coming home that it was awful and whatnot. So after that first quarter, I transferred back to Proctor Middle School or Jedlicka Middle School.
What did you not like about Marshall?
Again, I don't really think there was anything. I was leaving my friend group at the time, and so I went into it with a bad attitude that I was not going to like this, and I made sure I did not like it. Um, Truthfully, there's probably nothing wrong with the education or what they were offering. It was, in my mind, it was not the place for me.
What activities did you participate in middle school or high school?
I continued playing basketball. I played basketball through ninth grade, and after that time, I kind of gave that up. And starting in seventh grade, I participated in both cross country running and track and field, and really enjoyed the track and field. And I continued both of those activities through my senior year of high school.
Do you have any regrets about high school?
I wouldn't say I have any regrets. It was good education. I had a lot of fun, had a lot of good friend group. So no, I really don't think I had any regrets.
What was your favorite class?
Favorite class probably would have been Spanish. I ended up being able to take 5 years of Spanish and becoming very fluent in it. Unfortunately, I did not really do anything with that after high school, so I've certainly lost everything I knew then. Um, but it was a fun class. Teacher made it very very enjoyable, and I learned a lot back then. The classes I guess I least liked would have been anything English related. I was not an English class fan at all.
What was your first car and when did you get it?
So I purchased my very first car was a 1988 Ford F-150 pickup truck, two-tone brown, so really classy. Um, Bought it in Cloquet at one of the dealerships at the time, and that would have been the start of my junior year of high school. Was when I finally got that.
Did you have any pets?
Growing up, my family did not have any pets. I don't know why. It just was never something we had. So I've now made up for it nowadays with dogs, cats, and guinea pigs, I guess. So
What was your favorite thing to do on the weekends?
during the high school years, anyways, my weekends were pretty much spent working. I worked a ton during high school. Again, had to pay for that first ride and whatnot. So almost every weekend, I was working at the Old Country Buffet here in Duluth.
Was that your first job?
That was my first job. I believe I started that at age 15, and I worked there for all the way through high school until I went to college. Um, it was a good first job. I started as a table busser, basically clearing plates, and worked my way up the ranks. I pretty much held every position possible there, from dishwashing, carving them at the meat station, janitorial services. I could do whatever they needed there.
Did you plan on going to college?
Yes, during during high school and whatnot, it was always ingrained as college was the way to go for get the best opportunity, make more money, etc. And so yeah, all along my mindset was I was going to a 4-year school somewhere.
Where did you go to college?
I ended up going to Bemidji State University in Bemidji, and pursued a degree in, I guess, business administration, business management, as well as management information systems, so computers to a certain. That was my minor.
What made you choose Bemidji?
I liked the campus. It was a smaller setting, in a very nice location. It was a smaller town. It wasn't huge like some of the schools, and ultimately, I hate to say it, they offered the best financial aid package that was affordable and offered what I was looking for.
Do you remember how much it cost at the time?
I don't remember, but it wasn't near what the schools cost these days. I don't remember what it was. I was fortunate to have a few scholarships, some grants, etc., which definitely helped offset the overall cost. So it wasn't horrible back then, and that was nice.
What was your first full-time job?
First full-time job was directly out of college. I was hired as a manager trainee at Menards in Fargo, North Dakota. I spent roughly 3 months in Fargo before I had the opportunity to transfer back to the Menards store in Hermantown as an assistant manager in their millwork department.
What kind of jobs have you had since then?
Since then, I've done a variety. So after Menards, I went and worked as a technical sales or technical service representative for AMSOIL over in Superior, Wisconsin. Then I went and processed health insurance claims for, it's a company that's no longer around, First Plant of Minnesota. And after that, I got my first, I guess, start in the world of computers by becoming a computer tech with residential services here in Duluth. That allowed me to hone my skills of fixing computers, working with users and their computer issues, and I progressed from just being the tech to the supervisor to ultimately being the IT manager for the organization. When I left there, I continued in the computing field by going to Field Logic in Superior, Wisconsin. Again, started as a computer tech and kind of the same progression path. I ended as their IT manager before ultimately taking a job with St. Louis County, where I am currently as one of their system administrators.
Do you like what you're doing now for your career?
I do enjoy a lot of aspects of what I do. I like where I work. It offers a lot of flexibility. I work with a very good and knowledgeable team. Like any job, it has good days and bad days, but overall, I do enjoy what I do, and yeah.
When and where did you meet my mom?
I met your mom. I was playing sand volleyball at Country Lanes here in Duluth, which is now Planet Fitness, the same site. She was just a spectator at the time and whatnot, and that's where I met her.
When did you move into your first house?
I purchased my first house, which was in Cloquet. I would have been probably roughly, I'm guessing 2004, 2005. And from there, spent a couple of years in Cloquet and then purchased our current home that we are still living in September of 2006.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.